Shut up and sit down.
You're all puppets, tangled in strings. But now I'm free.
Good evening and welcome. This is Toas, and I'm just going to give my quick thoughts and ideas and feeling about the new Avengers Age of Ultron trailer. As the last person on the internet, I have finally sat down and watched this thing, and my first reaction is it's fucking awesome. And I don't mean that as awesome. It has that wonderful quality of a really good trailer, one that gets you pumping and want to see the movie now, not later, now. And I was a bit like at first when I heard about Ultron being the big one. I was expecting Thanos and a sort of galactic space theme, especially with Guardians of the Galaxy and everything, but it would seem that they maybe be saving that, or they're going to resolve it in other movies. For those of you who do not know it, Ultron is a living machine. He's a sentient machine. In the comics, he was built by Hank Pym, also known as Ant-Man, and based on Ant-Man's brain pattern. So Hank basically took his own brain and made a copy of it and put it in this machine. And then the machine gained complete sentience and asked, "Why the fuck are you doing this to me?" And then decided to solve the human problem, as evil machines tend to do. Now, in the movie universe, they have removed Hank Pym as designer of Ultron. That is because Hank Pym will not be Ant-Man in this. Hank Pym will have a supporting cast in the Ant-Man movie, and instead they will take the second Ant-Man, Scott Lang. Now, this is understandable, even though I think it's a bit sad because Ant-Man was one of the founding members of the Avengers. But if you look at it from a storytelling point of view, you have Hank Pym being just another smart guy, a bit like Tony Stark, but without the ego and the self-confidence. While on the other hand, you have Scott Lang, who is a thief. No, it's not thief. He becomes a thief. You know, he is a Donald Luck guy who becomes a thief and steals the Ant-Man gear in order to rob a bank, in order to pay off a loan shark debt that he took out to save his daughter, I think it is. It's a bit like Sandman. Not that Sandman, the Spider-Man Sandman. There are some similarities. I might be remembering it wrong, but I think it's a guy's story. So from a storytelling point of view, it makes more sense to have Scott Lang, since he has a much more compelling character. But anyway, so Tony Stark builds Ultron there. It's not a stretch of the imagination. We've already seen the House Party Protocol in action, so we know that he can remote control, by Jarvis remote control his armor. So they are self-motored in pretty much every respect. So going from having a self-motored armor driven by an AI to have a android driven by an AI, it's not that big of a step. And fitting enough in the trailer, you have a very stylized version of I Have No Strings, it's called, from Pinocchio, which of course is very fitting since Ultron seems to be a automaton gain sentience in the movie. So it works, he has no strings anymore. And it lends the trailer a very wonderful eeriness, this choir singing this song, it's nice, I like it. And then of course it has a cavalcade of awesome scenes. You have Black Widow dropping out of the Quinjet, you have Iron Man and Hulk throwing it down, Hulk versus Hulkbuster armor. Yeah, that was pretty self-explanatory what everyone does. And beyond that, we see a few loose threads of story here and there. It's not that horrid of a spoiler trailer. Not, as I said, not like the Iron Man 3, which of the house party protocol scene in it. And I was like, yep, that's ruined. Here I think it's a bit more subtle. We do see Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, and the Quicksilver in this one looks kind of meh. Based on this, I would say the Quicksilver from Days of Future Past is way better. But time will tell. It doesn't. The trailer doesn't say much, doesn't do much. It's not much at all. But we'll see. This seemed to be the dark chapter, where the hero's journey is taken down to the lowest point, before they then begin the rise to triumphant glory. It's common. Happens most of the time. So, anyway, if you haven't seen the trailer yet, watch it. It's all over the internet, as I said. Everyone has seen it by now, so if you are not everyone, go watch it. And in my personal opinion, if this does not get you hyped for the next Avengers movie, you have no soul. Or maybe a soul but no heart. Right, that's harsh. But anyway, this should get you pumped for a new movie, and I really hope the movie can live up to the trailer, because that's not uncommon these days. They make a trailer so awesome that the movie simply can't keep up with it. Anyway, that was all. Catch you again soon.
There are no strings on me.